Welcome everyone. We are here for the final round of GSR. So I'm joined by GSR Axe. Axe, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine today. How you doing?
Doing good as well. I'm just got my stickers from Silent Design, so happy about that. You know, a little bit later than I expected, but I expected to be here when it
Hey,
came. So yeah, I'm happy about that. Gotta thank Silent
got it
Designs,
anyway.
helping GSR and ARL, the two partnered leagues. I'm happy about that. So glad
Of course, yeah.
Silent does what he does. He does a great job, I gotta tell you, with the graphics and everything. You know, everything else. He does a great
Mm-hmm.
job. So I gotta give it to
Yeah.
him.
Never would have dreamed we could have stuff like this. So, just show like even the stream starting soon stuff. I never
Oh
would
my
have
God,
thought
yeah.
it, to be honest.
No, I didn't even think that
Um,
either.
um, yeah. I'd like to apologize quickly for the delay in the stream. Before we start up much, we had a crazy Alpha League Tier 3 race just before this, a little bit delay with that and the incidents. And we'd like to congratulate Dominant Square on first points. Oh yeah.
There you go. So the championship fight is on, as we see. Hamilton, Pluto, going back and forth at it for the championship. Hamilton said it's his worst racetrack. So, will that actually be his worst racetrack? To the line he goes. He does not improve on the mediums, but he is starting his lap, I'm pretty sure, as
Wow.
well. So, I
Okay,
think he's
so
starting it.
final run should be in soon here. Just a few people left to do.
Yeah, just trying to make sure I can see the stream from what I can see myself. Checker flag for Pluto. Jones fan goes up to P3, but some guys up here are on
Good
the
luck.
softs here.
Yeah. I think we've got Callum and then Edgar and then Harrison to finish this session out here. So the two Mercs, both outside the points for qualifying at the moment. We'll see if that improves here.
Now I pulled up the stream. I apologize for not focusing on anyone, but Eggars is improving by 45 thousandths in the second sector. Where does
Callum
he go
does
for
not
the third
improve.
sector? And he goes third, ahead of Jones fan. The two McLarens though, up there.
Yeah, good run for them. We'll see if those softs can last a little bit longer than normal. But now all eyes on Harrison here. Does he improve?
Championship fight is on. He's trying to go over the line. He is going to go 8th though, right behind Pluto. It is close between him and
Now, reminder, gap is only 11 points. It was 9 in favor of Hamilton going into Brazil 2 weeks ago. But, well, disconnection and some internet issues for Hamilton did spell disaster. Now Pluto leads by 11 points. So they're a little bit down the field, but they only got one medium runner in front of them.
the lineup looks very interesting at the front of the field. The two championship contenders sit 7th and 8th. But don't count out Bobby the Human. He's 19 points behind. He needs to win the race. Bobby the Human, GSR Luck in the front row. Edgars, Jones fan, Beatnik, Scotty Jets round out the top 6. But then it's Pluto, Hamilton, Kyle, and Utile Elephant. Riles outside the top 10 along with Callum. And they're looking to end off this season pretty strong.
So
How does this thing end off the end of the season? We have Bahrain finishing the season off. And this is the first time we've ran Bahrain in GSR since Bones, Tier 3 driver currently, won this race in Season 1. That's crazy to think how he's won a GSR race, Tier 1. That's awesome. Honestly.
This race was almost a year ago now. Last time we ran this track, so really no information on who's good, who's bad here, because basically, I don't think anyone here has actually raced since then. Everyone here is new. Nobody's been around that long.
The only guy I think in this lobby that I think has been around since last season, since really middle of last season, then this Tier 2 lineup that I could think of is probably really Scotty Jets as well, Jones fan.
Scotty and Jones fan.
And Riles. Riles as well, he was here since Monaco. of that season. That
Yeah.
was season 2. So
He was
yeah.
in Tier 1 at that season. But, yeah, we never ran Bahrain
That
in
season,
Season 2. So, we don't have any information on that since Season 1. And Season 1 really, we had 4 finishers that race.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great race.
Yeah,
Bones
that's
did
when
win,
GSR was small.
but
That's when GSR was a small league. That's when it wasn't as popular as it is now. That's when we don't have full grids. We only had like what, 9 people that race?
yeah.
It was
We
season
didn't
1,
get
so.
a full grid until like halfway through Season 2, so it was still a very small league until a few months ago, to be honest. But yeah, well, we got Bobby Heumann on pole. He's where he needs to be.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to
Felipe
do
Massa
all he can
2008.
do.
Felipe Massa 2008, like
He's
I
gonna
said.
need some help, but he's put himself in a position to succeed here. And
Yes.
Pluto and Hamilton, they do look down the order, but they do only have Beatnik on mediums ahead of them, so they're technically like second and third, I would say, if that the other 5 are forced to do a 2-stop.
Now, keep in mind if a championship tie happens, if Hamilton wins this race, and you know, Pluto,
Mm-hmm.
you know, doesn't, of course, and finishes tying with him, that tiebreaker goes to podiums. We'll have to find out who gets it at that point. Axe, please
That
find
would
out
go
sometime in
to
the stream.
Pluto.
All right, there you go.
I already found this out in the podcast 2 weeks ago. So
Yep.
no matter the tiebreaker, it goes to Pluto. So Harrison's gotta really step it up here.
Watch out for Beatnik
And
this race. He's sort
Bobby's
of
getting
the mediums
some-
highest in the mediums as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is going to be an interesting championship battle. The battle is on, like we said. First time in GSR Bahrain since season 1. And this is the first time it's hosted the finale. We've had Japan, we had Abu Dhabi, and now Bahrain hosts the finale. All Asia tracks host the finale. Yeah, I will. But I'm just, I'm going to stand on this screen right now for the start. Silent, then once the safety car something comes out, we'll see the other screen. The battle is on. Now, 5 red lights coming upon us here in Bahrain for the finale. Tier 2 is about to end this season off with a bang. Here we go. We are lights out and away we go. Barbie the Human getting a great start. The 2 McLarens, Edgars and Luck side by side. Pluto gets up in position, but now into turn 1. Side by side between the 2 McLarens, keeping it clean. Now, Pluto trying down the inside of Beatnik, the 2 medium runners. Scotty Jets and Hellcat trying to go side by side. Hellcat going down the order, but Hamilton up to 8th. Now, where he started. Now, everyone keeping it very clean at the start. Now, Jones fan trying to dive down the inside there and staying ahead of Beatnik, but the 2 McLarens are challenging for this race lead between Bobby the Human, who's having to do all he can to keep this championship lead. But now, Pluto and Hamilton, 1 position between them. Callum gets by Kyle. Kyle dropping down the order, and Smoking Ginger at the very back of the grid near Hissy and Tanky. Great midfield battle we've seen this season, but Jones fan and Edgars. Jones fan into turn 10, side by side. Edgars goes through and stays ahead, but Jones fan gets the traction off the corner. He's trying to gain here, and to the inside, not enough.
I think this may be one of the cleanest starts we've seen. I don't think anyone has damage. Jones fan dives way down a little too far, and Edgars will resume P3.
Speaking of a lot of things, Beatnik on the medium, so is Hamilton and Pluto, so they're on the right strategy, but Bobby the Human trying something different, trying to go soft to hards, and there's Callum going up the hill and around, smoking his tires, which is not going to be what he wants to do, but no damage for him whatsoever off the first lap. And now that is 8 cars at the front of the field within a second of each other. Riles, who started outside the top 10, getting by Utelephant for position, and Utelephant actually going to pit this time. Damage for him.
Okay, I think he may be the only. I didn't see anyone else as Jones fan down the inside of Edgars again, and this time I think he's going to make it stick.
Oh, he almost hit him there.
Yes, he
that was
does.
Sideways from him, but now heading to
Gonna
turn
go
4, as you see
defensive.
on the on board of Beatnik. But now the 2 soft runners here at the front of the field, side by side, heading into turn 4, allowing Beatnik to catch up and him to battle. But Jones fan is now by Edgars and really in a McLaren sandwich now.
Oh, big slide here. Oh man, here comes. Who is that? That's Beatnik.
Pluto down the inside of Beatnik. The first out of the medium runners trying to go side by side, but Hamilton is there to challenge, and not enough for Pluto to make a position up and gain anything right there.
Yeah, those softs are gonna really go away very quickly here. Pluto, Hamilton, and Beatnik, really our top three here. They're gonna be all over these guys in front of them.
Don't count out a guy like Riles. He's still in that train somewhat, and this is a track for him that he made a mistake in ARL earlier this season, but had the pace. Look at that, fastest sector 2 on this lap right now. I know it's the second lap of the race, but still, everything's going to matter for Riles. He's sitting here battling for P4, trying to keep that in the championship. We also have a battle for P5 as well between Squid Jr. and Utah Elephant, who are trying to battle for that
How about
position
this?
to be better in the championship.
Everyone all the way down to Squid is within a second of each other, so this is probably one of the biggest DRS turns we've seen ever in GSR in any league, really.
There you go. Pluto and
Riles
Beatnik now going
lap.
side by side into turn 1. Beatnik keeping it around the outside, but now Pluto's going to have to DRS down to turn 4, and both of them will, but Pluto switches back to the inside and is going to get by here. If he could inside, Pluto side by side with Beatnik. Beatnik goes ahead and stays ahead.
Harrison just in the watching brief, just waiting for a mistake from any of these two to capitalize. Oh man, you gotta wonder when those softs are gonna really shut off and die, to be honest. Those things go and they go quickly. We'll see how those top 4 manage them. Is Luck runs really wide. He's not entered the track again yet, and finally does, but that'll put Jones fan onto him.
And behind that as well, it's the front 11 all within a second of each other. Now Beatnik and Edgars have got back up to that, and there goes Jones fan spinning up the hill. Around he goes. Damage.
Don't reverse on the track, please.
Oh, there goes it in front of Squid Jr. He almost hit him, and they keep it clean. And there goes Tanky off the racetrack as well.
Wow.
Edgars had to avoid
As
that.
I
Now
said,
he
don't
loses time as
reverse.
well.
He just started going. I don't know if he clipped the curb or the tires just wore his Beatnik fastest lap.
A lot's going to change for him. This is his 3rd GSR start, if I'm correct, so he's trying everything he can as well. Pluto sitting up there in 5th, doing what he needs to. The gap between Pluto, Hamilton, and Bobby the Human is 11 points between Pluto and Hamilton, but with Bobby the Human, it's 19 points between him and Pluto. So, Bobby the Human right now still 2nd in the championship, which is good for him. But the thing is, I want to give us statistics about everyone in that front of the field. Pluto, fastest sector 1 as well. I'm going to give a stat on everyone. Now Hamilton, hold up. Hamilton trying to dive it down. Not enough right there. But Bobby the Human has been on podium and raced every single race. But on podium, every race except for 3 this season. So 8 of the 11 times. Every time I've raced this season, and there's a car off, that's Callum. But every time I've raced this season, he's finished podium in 3rd place. So, Bobby the Human leading right now on the softs, not the preferred tire, but what does he go to? A 2-stop bet on the safety car? Or does he go to hards for the rest of the race? What does he do? Because a lot of things can change in this race. As well as Pluto, who has 4 wins this season, came in after the Canada race, which was race 4, race 5 around there. And he has started dominating. He leads the championship. The fact he's missed 4 races and leads the championship is incredible. Hamilton hasn't missed a single race as well. Hamilton's been up there. The thing with Hamilton is that he's not had the best start to the season he had. He was very far behind. But the thing is, Bobby the Human, oh, there you go, fastest lap. But Bobby the Human led the championship at some points. Hamilton recovered. Hamilton challenged for that. And Hamilton kept getting podium. After his first win at Belgium. That spark clicked, and there he gone to keep the championship battle in stake. And now battling for P4 and now P2 as well between the 2 McLarens, Luck and Edgars. Battling again, Edgars is going to get to the back of him, but Luck is sideways, and now Luck keeps that position over Edgars for P2.
I'm pretty sure we've hit the lap.
Here we go.
Those softs are going to start degrading. Here comes Edgars to the outside of Luck. Going to close it off nicely. Luck keeps the position for now. I don't think it'll hold that much longer.
Oh, and runs to the back of him. Did he pick any wing damage? Maybe a lime green damage, but
don't think he did.
Don't
think he did.
Another guy who's staying in the train as well, Scotty Jets as well. He's had a decent season. He had a podium back in Tier 1, but not in Tier 2 yet this season. Now they go side by side again.
Just gotta watch through this long sweeping right-hander. You don't want to touch the curb. You don't want to overheat the tires to where you're gonna spin those rears up. It's a tricky corner, even though it's flat out, but Luck really defensive on this penultimate straight here to the final corner.
Flag from somewhere right there, but regardless, Pluto's close to this as well. Hamilton's close to this as well. The two championship contenders, and I think that's Edgar's.
Edgar dives it in.
So the top two have yet to pits, along with Scotty Jets, but Beatnik now for the second position to the outside. Pluto gonna try to make it 3 wide. Pluto down the inside, side by side. Pluto has a lot to lose here, so I don't know if he wants to try this, but he is gonna go up to P3, and Hamilton split between them. And now Pluto and Beatnik
This puts
to the
Hamilton on the
outside.
back foot then.
Pluto to P2.
Edgar's does go mediums.
Look at the weaving
So
in the straight between Luck and Hamilton.
Wow.
How much of a difference that could have made. But now Hamilton is within 3 positions of Pluto. He was 1 before, but Pluto with a double overtake right there.
Now, obviously, almost everyone in this race knows about the championship battle and how it's come down to this final race. But I mean, you gotta think Beatnik and Luck and Scotty, they're all right here. Luck,
missed the
so those softs are really dying out for him. You gotta think though, it's gonna Beatnik and Luck. They have a shot at a win. Now, you can't just go and back away from a win. Never do that.
No.
This is a race. It's about the championship here for some of the guys, but guys like Beatnik, who really was never in the championship battle to begin with, he's here just to have some fun and rack up some wins if he can and podiums. And he's got himself in a good position, along with Luck here, who's racing with a heavy heart today, I know. So shout out to him for even making the race today.
Yeah. As well as Riles. He's not even going to make tomorrow,
yes.
too. I was going to talk about him. Riles, too, if he could get a podium after this, I think that'd be great. Same with Luck.
Oh, Riles on the inside of Scotty.
There you go, P5, side by side. Riles down the inside again. May have been a legal overtake, I'm not too sure, because rode the curb there, and I would expect...
I don't think it was.
Might
have got a warning for it, though.
Yeah, probably.
Might have got a warning. But I think the softs have really gone away. Bobby did pit. He's on medium, so he's going to be trying to two-stop. He's going to need a safety car to really pull that off, I think.
Hamilton, purple sector 1 already. So, you know he's going to be pushing. He's trying to push a lot. The front two have 50% or lower ERS around that area. Hamilton still in the 80s, so he can really push it right now if he wants to.
Yeah, Hamilton's one of those guys that's really good at ERS management. I've taught him a little bit on that. But, yeah, he's always usually good at that and could come into play later on in the race. If you see. But we should see these final soft runners pitting. Oh, Luck's around!
There goes GSR Luck up the hill!
tires.
Scotty Jets had to avoid that, and he got a penalty for it.
Don't think he touched the curb either. I think he just went around with the tires overheating. And doesn't look like a puncture, but wow.
Now Hamilton back within DRS range. I think Scotty Jets will be pitting this time. Yes, he is. Speed.
So that leaves Hellcat out.
Never mind, he is!
He does speed.
Oh, I jinxed him.
Yeah. Luck pits as well.
And Scotty Jets is out. And so is the Utah Elephant car of the Red Bulls spinning up the hill. Now, Beatnik for the race lead on Pluto. Beatnik goes by. Hamilton there to challenge. He's got himself 1.1 seconds back to now 3/10. The gap between them is close. Pluto clipping the curb, getting a bit sideways. Yeah, Hamilton with that ERS management. He's got that perfect. And there's a yellow flag at turn 1. I believe that is Scotty Jet's retired car.
I'm very anxious to see where
Hamilton
Bobby comes out in all this.
Missing turn 10. He clipped the curb. He got sideways. He might have been an outside curb, but he's now lost DRS range to where that DRS would be on that front straight. So he's really nowhere close to DRS right now. So that's not good.
Gonna have to use that ERS back up through sector 3 here to try and get that gap back down.
Hellcat still staying out on the soft tires as well. Gotta be careful not to spin up the hill, but he's gonna do so. He's gonna go round.
Oh no!
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. Right. Oh my God!
That was almost really bad between Soak and Ginger and Hellcat.
in ARL, Riles spun with an 8-lap softs, and I was thinking, right
Yeah.
when Hellcat going up there, I was like, he's still yet to pit. You know,
Yeah,
he
no,
needs
those
to have
things
everything ready,
die.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, he should be boxing this time, fixing the front wing as well. Gonna lose a lot of time out of that. As I said, I think this is gonna be interesting to where Bobby comes out in all this because he's got clean air right now. He doesn't have
Yeah.
to worry about anybody.
That's true. And the gap between him for the race lead is 20 seconds, so he's going on a medium, so I'm going to assume he's doing a 2-stop at this point.
I would
Unless you
assume
don't
so,
know
yeah.
strategy.
Right. There's no way you can make mediums to the end for more
You know, I mean, even in GSR Tier 2, I've experienced this just GSR myself, racing in just general. You gotta expect a safety car. You gotta expect all that. You know, Pluto might have just got a warning right there, but you gotta expect a safety car. You can't just. I mean, there's some leagues I know that you know they might have safety car turned off, or you might assume they just have it on, and you just don't know it. Where you just expect a safety car, but it just never happens. There's some leagues where you can do that, but with GSR, you're really expecting at least one safety car per race because that's the way it goes. Especially like Italy, we saw 5 of them.
You can't ever bank on it. That's
No.
the big problem with the safety car. You never know if it's just going to be virtual or not.
I
or
tried to in
if
Brazil.
nothing happens. Yeah, you just don't know with it. So, yeah, Bobby's probably going to need one to go and win this race. But I don't know if we get one.
No, I really don't know. I don't know. It's all gonna be tough because I remember back to ARL Bahrain Tier 2, we had a ton of safety cars there. I'm just trying to compare it to the most recent Bahrain race that I remember. Not just because they're partner leagues, but just I'm thinking because
Pluto's
now
out of DRS.
there goes Hamilton. There goes Hamilton.
Here.
Not enough. Tanky gets a 3-second, but I'm just thinking because you know there was a safety car late race in Tier 1. There was a safety car multiple times, 2-3 times in Tier 2. So I'm just curious. You know, it's going to take a lot for a safety car to come out, but with us seeing 3-4 people spinning up the hill already, you're going to be betting on watching the DNFs up there. I've seen it many times.
If someone does DNF there, I think we could see it. We haven't actually seen a
Hamilton
retirement out of it.
Oh, sideways off those curbs.
Yeah, those curves are tricky, especially on the exit there. If you mount too much of that inside one, it's not very nice to you.
Bobby the Human's gap.
He's already on the back of Tanky.
Yeah, it's staying pretty even. He gained about a 10th or 2 in the last lap since the last time I checked, so it's staying pretty even, staying pretty close. It's not the worst, but regardless, you don't know what all could happen. I mean, you could see Bobby the Human go into trouble. You could see, we could see Pluto
We could
or
see those
Hamilton.
two championship guys collide. They're very close on track.
Yeah, and it makes me nervous that Hamilton did many laps last week, 2,000 according to what I heard, finished 7th after lag out. The fact if Bobby the Human, or even Hamilton or Pluto, they they
top
pit,
2 dive it
they
in.
pit. Yeah. So now that I think about this, I'm thinking, okay, so if Hamilton or Pluto have trouble, can they recover the way Hamilton did last week in Brazil? Because I'm thinking, oh yeah, you could have trouble, you can recover, but yellow flag.
Not sure what that's for. Ghost car.
But the thing is, what I'm thinking is, like, say Hamilton or Pluto have some trouble. If they get into trouble in this championship race, can they recover? I mean, can they even recover without a safety car? Hamilton took up a safety car to recover. And
Edgar's out.
And did I just call a safety car? Did I hear him call it? Well,
Doesn't look like we have one here. Yeah, no, I don't think we have one unless one of the leaders hit him.
He just retired manually, I see. But yeah, no, that's the thing. If Hamilton or Pluto have trouble, are they able to get back up enough to in a position where they can still have the championship? Say if Hamilton has a good race, Pluto has something go wrong with him and Hamilton, what all happens? Hamilton, I think he's going to be pitting this lap. I would assume so because of where that is on the racetrack between him and Pluto. Ryle's gaining on him as well. Hamilton almost clipped that inside curve as well. If I'm Hamilton, I'm just thinking, how much do I push here before coming in the pits? How much do I risk it if I, spin off at the hill, or what all happens in the Lawrence? What do I all do? Because I pitted a lap later, I'm going to have fresher tires, but is he really going to be faster? The undercut here works very well from what I know. And
the tire wear really goes off. Yes, he does. Riles also follows, and so does Kyle, who's had a very quiet race, considering it's Kyle. He usually something happens.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have spoke about on the GSR podcast how he's been a race-winning contender. You guys have said he's been a guy on the podium before. You know, he should be up there, but he hasn't.
Just never finishes the race how he starts them, it seems. So I think that just leaves two that have not boxed yet, and that is Smoking Ginger and Hissy in first and third position.
Hey,
And Bobby Human splits them.
Hey, I gotta give a shout out to Smoking Ginger though. He wakes up at like 5, 6 in the morning. He's Australian. He wakes up at 5, 6 in the morning,
Yes.
about almost around there, to do these races. He wakes up in the morning. These are morning races for him. This is Saturday for him. He does these races that early for him. I also gotta give a shout out to guys who are from the UK or just in Europe who do this race. You know, and for them when they're 6 hours ahead sometimes. Some of them who do this race and they race still. I mean, this is what 11:32 for them, almost midnight, and you know that's just the way it is. They have to do those races, you know. And yeah, I mean, I gotta give credit to
I know
though.
some do like doing the later race, and that's why they were interested in this league in the first place. But we did make that race really late on the Fridays because we had school and we couldn't get back to host the races until the 4:45 for us. So I know some people do like it, and I'm assuming if the race was any earlier, Smoking Ginger probably wouldn't be here, to be honest.
Yeah, no way. And I gotta say the same like with some of the people as well. If this race was later for some of the Europeans, some of them, they wouldn't be doing it.
They wouldn't be here either, yeah.
Smoking Ginger pits. Yeah, but I wanted to mention at some point during the pit stops and as Hissy pits, everyone is now pitted, beat Nick fastest lap, and the gap between Pluto and Hamilton, you can see how far of a difference that is now because of undercut. 2.2 seconds now. But I wanted to mention about myself, about commentating in this league. You know, I've mentioned it before. I mentioned in the admin chat. I don't know what my future holds for this league for commentating. I don't know what could happen. I don't know if I'll be commentating this year next season. I don't know if I'll be. I know I want to race it here, but do I know what's going to all happen? No, I don't. I don't know if I'm going to be commentating tier 1, tier 2, tier. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm not sure, but
unsure
you know,
what
this
tier
is...
you'd be placed in, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
especially.
tough too.
Oh, Harrison really lost on the curve again. Had to save the car again.
Keep going.
Riles catched him. Riles caught him up. Yeah, as I said, from 2020, we don't really know what tier he'd be in, to be honest. So we don't know how different the game's gonna be, and we weren't even sure what tier to put you in for this season. When you did race, so.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, you could say, you know, oh, I was too fast for tier 2 at the time, but it's like, then you got Pluto,
you were
then you got
at
Kyle.
the time, but
yeah.
then you come
you got
Pluto, Kyle, Riles, Hamilton all stepping up their game. Bobby Human also stepping up to match them as well. You fit right in.
Yeah, big shout out to him though, because Hamilton was previously, I wouldn't say slow, but I would say not as fast as what he is now. He's definitely improved 3/10, and his consistency per lap, his ER suspension, he's improved a ton. For him to be in this championship fight after the struggle he had in the first few races is amazing. Pluto as well, by missing the first 4 races, it's amazing for them to be in this championship battle. Bobby the Human,
yeah,
you know, you'd expect,
championship,
Bobby the Human,
it's shaped up the whole season.
Because he's raced every race, he's been on podium most of the time.
Yeah.
But Hamilton, after the struggle of the first 3 races, I mean, you expect him to come back, wouldn't you? You expect him to. But just not as much as Bobby the Human. For what he's
while you're talking about that, I had a big brain moment, and I might have the reason to Bobby taking the 2 stop. And that might, I don't know if it is the reason, because you never know. But
assume things at this point.
He could win the championship, I think, if he finishes second with fastest lap. And
depending on where
the best way to get fastest lap is if he goes for softer tire.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the reason.
Behind. But think about it, like I said, say if he finishes second and he gets fastest lap, and Pluto and Hamilton get outside the points, that's not a championship because it's time. That's not the championship. That's not what he needs.
Yeah, and then go to tiebreakers. I'm not exactly sure what the tiebreaker between Pluto and Bobby is.
Bobby would.
So.
not have the wins to be
I don't
able
know
to...
if he'd win it.
Bobby doesn't even win.
I don't know.
Bobby doesn't even have to win. That's, think about that. The fact he's in this championship battle is insane.
Yeah, he broke out really early in the season and looked to be the guy to beat, and he was for a while until just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's sticking to DRS of Beatnik, his teammate ahead, so
But
he's looking all right.
The fact he's in this championship battle with no wins is incredible. That's like, I go back to the NASCAR days of, you know, Matt Kenseth only having one win that one season he won. You know, I mean, think about it. There you could, I mean, with the way NASCAR system is, you could have guys who don't win a race, but then be in the Final Four to compete for the championship. Now, Ryan Newman in 2014, I'm sure you remember Axe. I'm sure you remember that.
Of course, yeah. If you know, you know, yeah.
You know, not having a single win, but he's been consistent. He stayed consistent and finished second in the championship. Bobby the Human might be able to do that today. So just think about that. I mean, even like with Tier 3, I mean, nobody except for Nosman has 2 wins or more. No one has more than 2 wins. Nosman is the only one to have 2 wins. I mean, think about it. In Tier 3, we've had 10 different winners. If we get 11 different winner, I think that's the most we've had in a different season. I think we also gone for the record of most different winners in a row in Tier 1 as well, previously. And I mean, we had, I'll have to count back up, but I think Tier 1 has had the most different guys on podiums. I think, I mentioned it earlier this season, but around Belgium, there was a ton of people, different people on podium. There was at least 18, 19, there was at least around that. So, with Tier 1, the competition we've had, I mean, even the Tier 2, I mean, we've gone back and forth.
All tiers we've had. I said it in the
luck.
podcast, most recent podcast, I'll say it again. You just can't predict the podium nowadays. In any tier, you don't know who's going to be there.
You can only predict one of them.
You could probably get 1 out of 3.
That's it.
You tell me that Beatnik's winning this race, and Kyle's down in 6th. I'd probably say nah. I think Kyle's in 1st, Beatnik's 6th.
Honestly, I'll give my own podium predictions for this race. I thought it was going to be Pluto, maybe Beatnik, maybe Kyle, and then honestly, like, maybe Bobby or Riles. I mean, I would not expect you to get there so much.
Again, you don't know.
You just don't know. I mean, we could see a safety car. We could see a DNF. We could see.
At the moment, any of these top 6 could be in it. At the moment, I think that's really our biggest. Yeah.
But no, like I said, I don't know if I'll be commentating next season at all. I don't know if I'll be doing. I don't know what I'll be doing. You know, with all this pandemic, a lot of things changed it for what I'll be doing. And all that. I mean, ask GSR Axe. He's changed what he's been doing with this league a lot. You know, I mean, I don't even know myself. I don't even know myself. I mean, some people consider him the owner. Some people consider.
Smoking ginger, 3 second. Little battle Riles on Hamilton here. Not deep enough in a 1.
So as it stands, if Riles gets by Hamilton, Bobby the Human is tied right now with Hamilton in the championship. If Riles gets by, Bobby the Human stays where he's at. It's Hamilton's second. So yeah, no, like I said, I don't know what I'll be doing myself. I don't know if things change. I don't know what's gonna go on. This right now could possibly be my last planned commentating race. This kind of is really my last race I'm planning to commentate. We don't know. We'll have to find out in the off season. I don't know. Yeah, who knows what I'll be doing. But here comes Pluto, back at Bobby the Human for P2.
Bobby's tires are gonna start going off here as well.
Yeah. He might do mediums.
He's gonna have to pit. I don't think so. He's gonna have to go mediums a second time.
How far does mediums last then? I'm trying to think.
About 11, 12 laps or so.
Okay. Depends how much he extends
13.
it, though.
Yeah. I don't know. Because right now I think he'd come out right around Squid. If
Luck
I'm
and Jones
correct.
fan almost pulled a William Lassell, and I believe that would be Cal McKeon in season 1 in this race. It was William and Alex Stewart in season 1.
Williams, Alex.
Pluto gets by Bobby the Human, and now Riles DRSing Hamilton into turn 1. Riles down the inside.
Side by side.
Riles by Hamilton, but Hamilton switches back. Down to turn 2 to turn 3. Here comes Hamilton back at it with the DRS. Riles is ahead, and now into turn 4. Where does Hamilton go? Down the inside. Side by side, Hamilton goes ahead of Riles one more time, and he goes ahead for that position that he'll need to catch up to Bobby the Human.
Oh.
Coach Van and Luck also traded positions. Utah Elephant also pitted for the mediums as well. Let me check Instructor's fight, because I want to talk about that. Right now, with all that being said, if Racing Point finishes racing the points where Red Bull do not finish on the podium, or even better than that, I'd say, even Red Bull have to win the race, Racing Point will have this Constructors' Championship won as well.
Looks like it at the moment.
If Red Bull just win the race and have no other car in the top 10. Wow, wait, I had a dry thought there. You know, oh my God. Red Bull would not win the championship by 3 points at that point if Racing Point didn't score any points. That's just the way it would be. It would be 213 to 216, and Racing Point would still win it. But they need both cars in the points and both cars in the podium at this point. Hamilton, Riles again into turn 1. Riles getting on Hamilton. Not enough for a move to be made. Riles stays behind. Kyle as well in this battle. Big shout out to him. We've not talked about him too much, but it's not been one of the best races for him. The surprise is he's not won a race yet. He has been in contention so many times. He's yet to.
You just first off have to think back to the heartbreak he must have had when that safety car came up. Yeah. He should have had that race won. And after that, he's kind of just been, he's been there.
Mediocre.
Just, again.
Oh, Hellcat! Hellcat almost loses it off of the turn 3, and Smoking Ginger goes by.
Yeah, I think Smoking Ginger was ahead before, and maybe Hellcat got him back on a straight beforehand, I'm not sure.
Not too sure.
But
Riles close to Hamilton again in turn 11, not enough. But yeah, I'm curious because some of these guys have had interesting seasons, you know, like Hellcat, he's been up there in races, but never able to finish the job. Smoking Ginger, a few P5s, a few P6s, back and forth. GSR Luck up there as well in the midfield. You know, there's been so many guys in the midfield, and I'm just surprised how much the league has improved with the midfield drivers. I thought at this point we were so focused. Oh, Hamilton picks up a penalty for exceeding track limits.
5 seconds.
That's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh, I have to say. I just watched.
I don't know. That could be appealed.
I would hope it would, because that's a bit unfair. Riles side by side with
I didn't see it. I was on board with
He was, do you know
Bobby.
where the curb is in the last corner, the left side one? In the last
Yeah,
corner. He gone on that.
Did he go over that? Yeah.
I think he gone 4 tires.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Maybe. It's
Might have put
close.
the right sides on the white line or something.
And I think Kyle's DRS is stuck closed, I'm pretty sure as well, so it's not looking good for Kyle as well. JSC Hellcat goes by Smoking Ginger for P10. An interesting battle here. But yeah, how much the field has improved in GSR, the recruitment that's been done. You know, I mean, you could definitely say, I mean, I know a lot of people, you know, could say GSR is probably one of the most controversial leagues with some of the stuff that goes on, but regardless, the racing that happens, the stuff that goes on, the Smoking Ginger just ran in the back of Hellcat. The amount of
He's got
the
damage.
amount of different winners, the amount of stuff that's this season has provided compared to other GSR seasons is something that I don't think we'll see for a while in any league. You know, in Tier 1 we've had 11, 10 different winners, something like that. Tier 3, the stuff that's going on there, insane. You know, the different podium finishers, the different type of stuff. I mean, the stats you look at
This championship
in this
battle.
season. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Smoking Ginger drives.
We've had so
wide
many
right
different
there.
leaders in this championship. And comes down to one race. It's the only tier that comes down to the final race. Tomorrow they're kind of just like exhibition races, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's definitely just, at that point, go for whatever position in the championship you can. Riles getting
And
Hamilton
whatever
again for
constructors needs to be
P4.
wrapped up as well.
Oh yeah. Callum gets a penalty, but I want to mention a few seasons from these guys. Callum, you know, he's had very good qualifying. He's shown he's improving his pace, and Hamilton is sideways. But yeah, Callum's improved his pace. He's been up there more at the front this season, at the end, and he's definitely improved to the point where I think next season, if he's in Tier 2, where the dominant guys like Beatnik, Pluto, Hamilton are all Tier 1, I think Callum could be a guy who's a podium contender at this point. If he stays consistent, if he, you know, if he actually sits there does the things that he needs to, stays consistent, stays in the mix of things.
Mhm.
He can sit here, you know, qualify 5th or qualify the top 5, whatever it could be, but you gotta put a full race together. That's Count's problem. He's done very well with some of these races with battling
Yeah.
people, being in the mix of things, but he's never got to put a full race together, and I feel bad because he's definitely, you know, been lower in the standings than he should be.
Yeah, doesn't represent his true pace. Another one I think could be top of tier 2 would be Squid.
Yes.
He's just been
Once in Russia.
silently, just barely off the pace.
One in Russia.
And
You know, I mean,
yeah,
that's the thing with Squid. You don't know. I mean, there's a lot of guys. If time trials decide this, you know, for whatever. I mean, I'm sure they. I'm pretty sure they do. Time trials decide this, but I know like
Yeah.
Hamilton or Pluto or Beatnik, if they move up, you know, what all happens? Who's all contending? You know, who's all this and that? You know, you gotta ask yourself. Bobby the Human speeds. That is not what he needs for his
Oh.
championship right there.
I saw that last second. I think he put on the pit limiter, but spammed it, so it went off. And he sped up.
He goes to softs, and he's gonna be right near Squid Jr.
Yeah.
here, out of the pits.
Should be right behind him. In front of Hellcat. Yep. So he's
yeah.
got a lot of work to do.
Like I said, it all depends on what goes on for tier 2 of me. It all depends on what goes on for the drivers, because we can see Hamilton in tier 1, we can see Pluto, we don't know. It's all going to be based off of time trials, if I'm correct. Now, have we decided those 3 tracks at all, Axe, yet?
I think it's gonna be pretty much the same as the mini season, if I'm correct. So get familiar with those tracks if you haven't already.
Yeah.
2020.
Still got to do that for Aerial as well. I got to plan those tracks, but hey, I mean, the 2 quarter leagues, Aerial, GSR, great kind of combo of working together with the drivers, recruiting what we need to. Hamilton just going wide right there. Hamilton is losing it. I can tell. Those tires might be done.
Losing grip.
Maybe he's definitely losing a lot. I don't know. I mean, you not assume those tires would be gone, but you definitely assume that something's wrong because now he's not running where he should be.
Oh, by now, those tires should be reaching about 50-odd%.
Yeah.
If you're the average driver, average tire wear. So, yeah. And especially on wheel around here, the rear tires, from personal experience, the rear tires wear so much faster than those fronts.
Yeah.
So you'll see a lot of wheel spin from him.
Riles by Hamilton.
Sometime soon.
Riles to the podium. That's what he's gonna need.
Wow.
Yeah, he said to me he can't race Aerial tomorrow. I mean, I talked to him side by side. Yeah, I talked to him about it. He was kind of bummed about that. You know, he has stuff like luck, personal stuff going on. It's like, it's tough, you know, for a lot of people, especially around this time, of course. You know, it's tough for a lot of people. And, I mean, Riles, I gotta say, he's really improved this season for sure. Better than I thought he would do. I mean, in that Brazil race, even in practice, he was running with me. But in the race, he didn't really run as much toward me, of course. But obviously, whenever I had the lag out, you know, that changed and that stuff. But, you know, Riles has improved. He's been a contender now. He's been at the front compared to early this season, where he's not really been that way. He was just a 5th, 6th place guy at this point earlier in the season. We remember, it was WK fan as well, one of the guys who took pole at France. It was Bobby the Human as well up at the front. I mean, think about all we saw. New York Giants fan at the start as well. He's no longer with us. So a lot has changed throughout the GSR throughout the season. I mean, you look at many leagues, a lot can change throughout the season, from race 1 to race 21, or race 12 to race 1, whatever it is. A lot has changed. And you think of GSR, the winners we had. You are a New York Giants fan who dominated that race, and we have a yellow flag. Where is that?
But Harrison's down the inside of Riles again, taking back podium spot. Not quite done with it yet, though, Riles says. Keeps it around the outside.
But you compare it to other leagues where you've not had the stats, like I'm sure other leagues have not had 10 different winners, 2 tiers pretty much. Now, Harrison the outside of Riles.
You rarely see that.
Yeah, you rarely see that, especially with the dominance of Boker and ARL, and just Boker in general. We've, not to mention, they raced together like tier 1 polos wanting. Yeah, I would want that too. I would like to see what changes things, but you don't know what could happen. No, the thing is, like, with all that stuff being said, we've had the most wins in this tier, or the tier 1, be 2 wins. No one has over 2 wins. That could change tomorrow, but still, think about it. We would have 3 wins at the most if we get a repeat winner tomorrow. Same with tier 3, which I heard Nossman's trying to race, I think. He might be trying to
I think he
get here.
is.
So,
That would be nice to see.
yeah, it would be nice to see again. I talked to him a little bit about, GSR. Kyle trying to dive down the inside of Hamilton. He was close right there down the inside, but yeah, I gotta talk about it because it's like with the tiers. Wait, does Hamilton have a puncture? Hamilton, does he have a puncture? No, Brian, that's just lag. What? What was that? What was that? I swear, I don't know what that was. I literally saw like the right front tire just degrading, and like I was like, is that a puncture? But then it was just lag, and I'm like, okay. But either way, I've got to ask though, with all that stuff. Well, I've just got to say, with tier 1, 10 different winners, like 7 of them in 7 different races, and he's lagging again. That's not good.
Yeah, I see that.
No, regardless, with tier 1, we would have 3 winners at the max. In season 1, it was you and Willie Wassell, for, most wins, and Squid and Bobby trying to go side by side for P6. Squid is going to keep that position, maybe. No.
No, he's not.
But
Probably on the
regardless,
fresh salts.
Squid though, or not Squid, tier 1, like I said, 3 wins, this season. 5 wins between you and William in season 1. Apex Ricardo, I believe, 5 wins. William, 5 wins.
Yes.
So in tier 1, we're going to have
those
3
two as
wins
well.
at the most. 3 wins at the most at this season. Tier 2 will have probably, at this point, if Beatnik holds on, will be 4 wins. Last season, I think it was 6 wins for Bama. It was 6 wins for Bama, I'm pretty sure. It was 5 or
In
6.
tier 2, yeah. And then we had those top 3 that you know of. Bama, Hamilton, and Logan.
A lot changed. Now, tune in for post-race interviews. I'm going to be talking about people on their season. Expect some guys I don't usually talk to get a post-race interview. Cal, fastest lap for him. So that's a positive he can take at the end of the season. 3 seconds between Pluto and Beatnik. Pluto had a lot to lose, but the thing is, he's pushing for what he can.
Yeah, all he's got to do is just maintain. He doesn't need to push too hard. I know you probably want the win, and I think the best shot at the win he has is staying within DRS range. Or not DRS range, penalty range of Beatnik, but neither of them really have any warnings, I think. I don't think anyone in the top 5 has a penalty.
I think Hamilton does, though. Hamilton had the 5 seconds that he did.
But he's got the
besides that,
5 second,
yeah,
but that was an auto 5 second. I don't
yeah,
think he
that
had
was
any warnings.
I could check that right now.
Yeah, but that'll probably be
Yeah, that was
appealed.
an auto. Yeah, that was an auto 5 second. Yeah, I mean, I would hope that's appealed. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair. That's just not fair.
Either way, it wouldn't really matter as if he finishes 5th behind Kyle here.
Regardless,
Or, like, on track.
Yeah, regardless, the championship order stays the same the way it is. Ryle's in the podium position.
Yep.
Beatnik coming to this time. It'll be 3 laps to go for the race leader. Beatnik trying to hold on for his first win. This season's been a crazy one, I gotta say. I did not expect this for GSR to have this crazy of a season with winners and stuff. But we have had this season a total of 5, 6, 7 different winners at Beatnik wins this race. We didn't really have that with the we really just had the big 3. We have the big 3 again, but
Yeah.
it's just not as dominant. It was just Pluto with 4
It hasn't
wins,
been dominant,
Hamilton
yeah.
3, and Bobby with nothing. Those guys have had 7 wins. Now, Bama had 6, Logan had like 4, Houndoom had like 5. That was over half the
Yeah.
season. This is just barely half the season of the wins that they had. Hamilton's close to the back.
Yeah,
of
there's
Miles
obviously
hanging
been
on.
more factors, so...
Yeah. And not even that, we've seen many underdogs who we didn't expect to win races, and there's yellow flag. That is Callum out of the S's. So, not going to affect anything, not going to be a safety car, not even a virtual this race, I don't think. Wow.
I think we went clean, yeah. I don't think we had anything. Which is awesome to see.
Clean as well. I mean, I thought season 1 this race was clean. This is such a track where you could have many clean races, for sure. I mean, a lot of guys kind of go back and forth between GSR and Aero with experience at these type of tracks. I mean, we have, Riles, Hamilton, Pluto, Beatnik, some of those guys race Aero and GSR, the 2 partner leagues, and it's like, they practice for both sometimes. We could have, say, Bahrain a few months ago but it's like that practice was basically for this race around some of these drivers. For example, Riles Pluto for Hamilton, you know, something like that. But Squid Jr. and Utah, the 2 Red Bull drivers, won a race this season as well. Britain and Russia, 2 underdog wins. Yellow flag as well again. That is Hissy, I
Not
think
sure.
it might have been.
Don't see anything. Maybe.
Yeah, he slowed down a lot. But now here comes Hamilton into turn 1 and Riles diving down the inside, side by side. Hamilton side by side again. Riles goes through. Riles ahead, and Hamilton's going to get the DRS again into turn 4. Hamilton attacking, but Riles protecting. And now turn 4 side by side. Hamilton around the outside. Riles still side by
Very
side
clean.
and off to turn 4. Keeping it very clean, but wheel banging
Little
almost
touch.
there.
Riles
Riles
dives
still through.
in.
Around he
Oh, he
goes.
saved it, sort of. I don't. It's very difficult to go side by side through there. And I think Hamilton was just ahead.
Hey, stay tuned for post-race interviews. I'm going to talk to people about their season who've been here. Guys you wouldn't expect, such as Luck, maybe Smoking Ginger. We'll see whoever I can get. But we'll continue
Try
with
to
the post-race
get,
interviews for them. Yeah, a lot of people.
You try and get
sure.
a bunch of people.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
But
Now, Luck
beat
on
Nick.
Tank for P10.
oh yeah.
Close here.
Didn't even see that.
And Kyle on Hamilton. Hamilton ran wide. Utah fastest lap. And yeah, that's all going to change. I mean, Kyle might get a podium here if he can stay on the track. But now to the final lap for Beatnik. What were you going to say about Beatnik? I'm sure you was final lap finisher, right?
I was gonna say Beatnik's coming to the final lap here. He's really impressive win, to be honest. He's
Hold on.
not been too much faster than Pluto, but he's just like a 10th every lap. That's all it has been, really.
Now 19 laps in the hards for Hellcat. He's going softs to hards. Keep that in mind.
It's very impressive.
No one has gone softs to hards in this field, so very impressive that he's been able to do that. Great
It's
battle
very
between
difficult to
P10
do
as
that.
well, between Luck and Tanky as well, and that's JSE Hellcat, who we just talked
as
about.
you
Ow!
speak.
Oh
Are
my
you
god.
kidding me?
Damn. That sucks. That sucks. I wouldn't think he had contact with anyone else, but I don't know.
I don't think he was close to anyone.
No, I don't think so either. But
Oh,
what a way to
man.
end off the season. What a way we've had this season turn out to be.
Another winner.
7 different winners this time. If Beatnik can just make it up the hill cleanly. Beatnik!
Yes, he does.
Oh my god! Oh my god. Wow.
Alright.
I think it's time to talk
speaking.
now. Yeah, let's speak. Beatnik becomes the 7th different winner of the season. And Haas, the first time they've won this season. Beatnik is going to win the race with a good performance, 7th different winner of the season, but your Season 2 champion is GSR Pluto, who runs out of fuel and is going to dominate that one in performance coming to the line. And Hamilton and Kyle on the line. Hamilton will take P3 if he just
Hamilton
appeals
will
that
take
penalty.
3rd.
But GSR Pluto, your
He should.
champion of Season 2. 4 wins.
Yeah. And Hamilton just coming up a little short, and Bobby. I respect the alternate strategy decision, but just did not work out. No safety car.
No. But Squid
I
jumps him.
have to go.
Alrighty. Jones fan just spun out as well. A-lap softs up the hill. Still a battle for P11 and P9 as well. It's considered a final lap crash. Luck and Tanky heading to the final few corners. Luck staying at a Tanky into the last turn. Tanky does not challenge. But Smoking Ginger's close to Hissy as well for P11. Hissy's trying to hold off. Hissy had a good finish earlier this season at Spa with a 4th place, but Utah goes out of the session. But now, heading to the final few corners, Smoking Ginger trying to get on Hissy, and it is Hissy going to get that 11th place on track. But we have now got our champion of Season 2, GSR Pluto. Fuji Audio. Hello. Congratulations. Season 2 champion.
Thanks. Yeah, it feels good. Not gonna lie.
Well, I gotta tell you. There you go.
Whoa.
There you go. Race was on. You got your Season 2 champion. GSR Pluto. Continue on on the screen, of course. But congratulations. Tell me about the race, though.
It was scary as fuck at the start because it was
Enjoyed
me,
it with it
Beatnik,
already.
and Hamilton in a little train. I made a move on Beatnik, got scared of dying. I didn't have to get on because I was again scared of dying.
Yeah.
And I was happy in a little bubble at one point because we were both. We got up to two McLarens who were going quite slowly, and I saw an opportunity to get them both, and I went down the inside of the McLaren and then hung it around, switched back, and then got Beatnik as well. It felt like a really good move. But yeah.
It was. I gotta say, doing all you need to for the championship, you've been on podium. I think every race except for one you've done this season. You missed out on the first few races, first four really, and you came back to win this championship. Tell me about that, because thinking about all that, you came back to win it after missing the races you did.
Yeah. It probably shows that I shouldn't have been a tier 2 driver, but you know, yeah, these things happen. Yeah, it's good to. It feels too good to win after missing 4 races. I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah, you did.
Yeah, I mean, still, I mean, you gotta think about that. You know, all the stuff at Abu Dhabi, all the stuff at Baku that all happened. I mean, when did you think your championship really was there? Like, when did you think the championship was going to be able to be won, or at least you in contention?
After Abu Dhabi, I thought I was too far away. I thought it was Hamilton's to take. But hang on, I need to look at the schedule because I can't remember these races off my head. Right, let's have a look at this. Yes. So after Abu
Dhabi,
Dhabi,
so glad to have you all here. But what? Go ahead. After Abu Dhabi, yeah.
After Abu Dhabi, I thought I fucked it, and then 2 wins on balance took me back into contention. So there you go.
Not that it matters as much, but GSR Pluto, you also have won the championship with Racing Point, and Racing Point with the constructors.
There you go. It's nice to see.
So, yeah, Racing Point. You gotta thank me a little bit because hey, I stepped in for a few races there, 2 races there for Racing Point. You know, one in Canada. I mean, come on. But still,
it's a reserve
regardless.
win.
Hey, yeah, I know, but still, don't matter. Still, either way though, how does this championship feel compared to your other ones, if you have any? But
I do not have any other championships. This has been my first one, and to take one after I've only been league racing since February feels quite good.
Yeah. Let's see you here. A lot of people here. So you guys, I'm gonna talk to Beatnik, the race winner. Congratulations on your championship. Congratulations on P2 as well. What a season, 4 wins. So Beatnik, race win. Did everything you had to as well to win the first time you have in GSR. How about that?
First GSR win, should be. First GSR win. Feels pretty good. I wasn't expecting to win today, starting 5th, but I was like, but I look in front of me, I'm like, oh, they're all on softs, so I have a chance. I almost spun on the last lap. I don't know if the stream caught that, but I almost spun.
Yeah, I saw that. I caught that. I was like, whoa. Yeah, you should see it. I mean, you know.
If I actually spun, I was gonna chuck the Xbox out the window, the wheel, the controller, the TV, everything. It's a good win. Feels good. Yeah. Congratulations to Pluto on his championship. Well deserved. I didn't show up much in this league since I came a little late to the party, but congratulations to Pluto. I'm pretty sure it was well deserved. Yeah. Great race.
Yeah, you decided to choose the mediums. Some of the people chose the softs for a different strategy, but how do you look at it, this race? And your 3rd GSR start, you win in it. How do you look at all of it?
Well, I look at it as like maybe a chance to get into tier 1, maybe impress the guys. I mean, I don't know if I'm tier 1 material, but if I am, hopefully that showed it. But I didn't think I was going to win today, but I managed to win. I say I'm not gonna win a lot, but I end up winning.
There you go. Where do you see yourself in GSR in the future? Tier 1, Tier 2, where do you think you'll be next season on F1 2020?
Tier 4. Tier 4. Nah, I think if I can just if my pace improves going into F1 2020, I think I could end up in Tier 1. But if I don't improve at all, I think I'll be sticking in Tier 2 for a little bit. But it all depends. F1 2020, different handling model, new tracks, so we've got a lot to get used to, and we'll just see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what could happen, but how do you consider yourself compared to Pluto, Hamilton, and all the championship contenders and all the race winners this season?
Well, Pluto. I mean, I know Pluto well enough from ARL. We had that amazing battle in Australia. That was unbelievably fun. One of the greatest battles I've ever had. So I know Pluto and I are pretty equal on pace, and we are. Him and I are equal. Hamilton, we've had our fair share of battles. We're also pretty equal. Those are the only two that I really know out of the championship contenders. Yeah.
So, congratulations on the win. I gotta go to the other championship contenders here. Mr. Hamilton, is he here? Oh, he's not.
He's not here.
Let me get him in the party. Let's get Hamilton. Let's get Speed Engineer too. I want to get, because I want to talk to people about their seasons. I want to talk to people about their championship as well. Like I did, or championship contenders, of course. I also want to get a lot of people, like I said, because I want to talk to people about their seasons, what they thought in general. I've sent the invite to Hamilton, but I'm just waiting for him, of course. What were you gonna say, Beatnik?
I guess while we're waiting for Hamilton, I might as well say if I showed up at the beginning of the season, I could have challenged for the championship. I feel like I have the pace for that, but it would have depended on all the races. I didn't see the schedule.
Right. Either way, Telephon's joined. I invited him, but I'm gonna talk to the other podium finisher if he's here, Kyle SO2. Kyle, make sure your audio is included. Kyle,
Yeah, it's included.
You know, talk to me about this season. You came in around Baku. You were a Tier 3 winner, and saw the pace was very good for you, so they moved you up to Tier 2. Then, at the Tier 2 race, the next one, Baku, that must have been heartbreaking for sure. I mean, there's been many races where you've been a podium where you probably could have won, or should have won. There's been many times where you were up there. We had the battle at Brazil, of course, but I've got to ask, if there was any race besides Baku you could have won this season, what could have it been?
Brazil probably. Everything else had been. Abu Dhabi was a shambles, and this one I wasn't really close to winning. So Brazil.
Talk to me about your race, though. P3, you're a contender with Hamilton. The thing is, with Hamilton, he's trying to get that 5-second repealed, I'm pretty sure, which he got just randomly. The game just gave it to him whenever he got on that curb, the last corner. I don't know if you were in front of him or behind him at that point, but it was the last corner he got on the curb on the left side, and I gave him a penalty. So he might be trying to appeal that, but right now it stands at podium. Yeah, tell me about Baku. Tell me about the season for you. Tell me about the heartbreaks it was at Baku, because you probably had to win there.
Yeah, well, Tier 3 Germany, I won that. That was my first ever league race, like ever. And then I came into Tier 2, Baku, and I had to be winning like I was, and I think I had it in the bag, but then it just started raining, and I completely bottled it, and that was horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like kept at it. I think I've improved since I joined. I really enjoy racing in this league. It's good.
Tell me about your season when you started off here, because you just started in league racing. You just started going to other leagues as well. I know you went to DRL, I'm pretty sure, as well, too. So you went to other leagues now, not just GSR. I mean, you said that race was your first race in Germany. So tell me about your season. Tell me about how you look at things into next season as well.
I'm pretty confident about my pace in the tier. I think I'm like definitely one of the top drivers Probably not good enough to go up to tier 1, but I think I could keep improving, and I'll be probably in tier 2 next season. I don't know, maybe fight for a championship. I'm not sure how I'll do, and try to go up to tier 1 if I can.
If you were in this championship the whole season, do you think you would have been in contention with Pluto and all them?
I think I could have competed, but I don't think I would have beat Pluto. Pluto's.
Yeah, either way, how do you look into next season in F1 2020? How do you look at the game so far of what we so far?
Looks hopefully it suits controller players.
Yes.
I just hope that I'm good. Yeah. Oh, maybe I'll be crap and I won't be league racing, or I'll be in like tier 4, but I hope I can be in tier 2. Be good.
Yeah, where do you see yourself then in GSR for next season? Tier 2, Tier 1, Tier 3? Where do you see yourself?
I'll probably stick in tier 2, I think.
Well, congratulations on your podium for now. Is Hamilton here? I think it is. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. We'll get a chance to talk to him at the end of the stream, though. I want to talk to Bobby the Human, the other guy who's in championship contention. Bobby, make sure your audio's included. You there?
Yeah.
So wasn't the strategy you probably wanted. You did a 2-stop instead of a 1-stop. That didn't work out for you. You won the pole though, trying everything you can to maybe get a safety car, trying everything opposite than the championship rivals of yours. You were in contention. You had no wins this season. You had a lot of podiums. How do you feel about being in championship contention though, without a single podium though? You stayed in championship contention to the final race, but you were in championship contention without a podium, or not without a podium, without a win.
Been interesting. There were probably a few races I could have gotten the win at. It's just something happened, wrong strategy. Yeah, some form of error. And I could have won if I had a better strategy, because I was quite up there most of the time. Yeah.
Tell me about your season though. 8 podiums out of the 12 races. A ton. I mean, 7 podiums, something like that, and no wins. The fact you were in championship contention at this point is insane, because you had no wins, but you had the consistency with the podiums. You know, if there was 4 races, describe those races you weren't on podium that you maybe could have recovered and maybe could have been in contention more up there for. Describe those 4 races you weren't on podium.
Which races were they?
Austria being one of them. Belgium being one of them.
Yeah, for the first few races I was doing fine. Austria, I think the main problem was I think it was being a wet race, and I think others mainly struggling around me and giving some form of problem to me. I think is how how it went, which didn't help me on the hand because I think I had to pit or something to place the wing. Belgium, I found the curb too greasy and spun it, just on my own. No problem there. Italy, I think was the other race didn't get a podium in. That was the incident after the restart with beat Nick up, I think it was, where I somehow managed to, I think it forced off or something like that.
Yeah. So I've got to ask then. There was a lot of races you finished 3rd. The Kimi Räikkönen, I guess. You know, every time I raced, you were always 3rd position in the podium. But with the way it went for you this season, you know, a chance at wins, a chance at podiums always. Where could have you seen yourself get a win? And maybe if there was one race you could see yourself as well, have more of a chance for the championship. If there was one race you changed, what would it be?
I think it might be in Abu Dhabi, since I had a wrong tyre selected for when I came into pit. I put mediums on by accident, supposed to be softs, which we had Hamilton catch up to me pretty quickly, and then the next safety car that came out made me had to pit again for softs, which didn't help because they dropped back a few positions.
Either way, though, third in the championship, how do you look at this, and how do you look at your future in GSR? Because you could be Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Who knows where you could be next season, but where do you see yourself?
I think I'm up there. Yeah, it's Tier 2, maybe Tier 3, Tier 1. I don't think I'm as quick as some of the top people in Tier 1. But I think I'm definitely up there. Middle or bottom of Tier 1, I think I could get up to.
Yeah. Alright, I've got to ask this last question for you. Best battle this season?
Oh, I don't know. I've been many battles. I don't really know. I don't know. Maybe Baku. I had a few good battles in there.
Yeah.
Some being better than others.
Yeah. Congratulations on P3 in the championship. I think it was well deserved considering the consistency you've had this season. Alright, who else here that I know of one season are good? I actually want to talk to Riles. Riles, make sure your audio's included. Hey, a battle for P3 today. Hey, I gotta talk to you. Your races have improved for sure. You've got your pace up there. You know, if it's Pluto, Kyle, or Hamilton, or even Beatnik and all of them who contend for the championship moving up to Tier 1, well, except for Bobby the Human, just for example, if that happens, you've improved your pace to the point where it's race winning pace at that point if those guys move up. I've got to ask you, this season, you started out pretty tough, had contact with your teammate Smoking Ginger at France. How do I remember that? I don't know. Either way, you've had stuff go wrong a lot at the start of the season. Then you started getting in contention. Belgium had a chance for a race win, and now you've improved your 50% race pace, and you've been able to get yourself up there and contending for podiums, wins every single week with the competition changing. How do you look at your season?
All in all, yeah, like you mentioned, I definitely struggled at the beginning. I was making mistakes, and I certainly wasn't used to the tire degradation or making tires or fuel last for the 50%. I was more accustomed to a 25% race scheme. But, you know, I like to think that I got used to it and started to become more competitive. Especially today. I felt good about today. I was a little disappointed at the last couple laps. You know, I made a little mistake and got too deep. But, you know, P4, P5 after starting P12 was a good day, I'd like to think.
I thought you just cut out there for a minute. I don't know. But, regardless, your season and your teammate season, how do you look at it? Because with yourself, you've been in contention for race wins. You've been up there. If there was one race you thought you could have won that you didn't, what could have been?
Definitely Belgium or maybe Italy was pretty close as well.
I have to include Abu Dhabi with that one too, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
You
That
know,
was a tough
you've
race
been
too.
Yeah. You've been a race winning contender. When is that first win coming?
You know, I was hoping it was going to be today. Just couldn't make it happen. So I guess I'll just have to wait until next season.
Fourth in the championship. How about that?
You know, after struggling so much in the first, 5 or 6 races, I'm pretty satisfied with P4 overall. Look forward to next season. I think I'm going to do a little better.
So, basically, next season, or last season, you were in Tier 1 of GSR. Now you were in Tier 2. You started out with this league being your first for league racing. Where do you see yourself in Tier 1 and Tier 2, or which tier do you see yourself in for next season, in F1 2020?
Well, to be honest, I'd like to think that I have a strong Tier 2 pace, and I'll probably stick with Tier 2 if it's my choice. Uh, I'd like to improve on that pace before I make the jump to Tier 1. Become a little bit more consistent and stop making mistakes. And then I think I'll be ready.
One last question for you before I let you go, at least for talking. Best battle this season? Yeah, I know. I gotta make you think now.
That's tough. Either today with Hamilton or maybe Bobby at the last couple races. There were some tough battles. Austria was pretty intense with GSR Luck.
Yeah, which I was gonna get to next as well. I was gonna talk to him once I invite him. Yeah, I'll invite him. But yeah, congratulations on P4 in the championship. I'm gonna go
Thank
here.
you.
Let me get him. But yeah, congratulations on P4. I'll get to the rest of the people. Who have you? I've yet to talk to you. I know you Tolfin's waiting for as well. Who else am I waiting on? Well, no, there's one else, I guess. Okay, I'm just looking who else I've yet to interview. But GSR Luck, hey, you've had some interesting battles this season. You've been at the midfield, back and forth between a lot of guys this season. You know, these races end at almost midnight for you. First season in league racing, I'm pretty sure if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
Yeah, it's my first.
yeah, tell me about the season now, with the way it's gone for you.
Yeah, I think it's gone like decent for being my first season in league racing, and I've learned a lot, and improved my pace very much. Yeah.
How do you look at yourself compared to the other midfield drivers such as Tanky, Hissy, Smoking Ginger, guys like those? Because you guys run around each other almost every race. You guys have a great battle in the midfield. You guys keep us commentators entertained every week, and you guys usually are always up there in that 8th, 7th, 6th at most, 9th, 10th position. You guys are always there in that positions.
Yeah. I think I'm like similar on pace, but they're like a little bit more faster than me, so. Yeah. We have some good battles in the midfield, but it's like it's difficult to drive because you have so much people around you and are like under much pressure.
Yeah. Now, talk to me about the championship rivals. You've been in battles with Hamilton. You've been in battles with Bobby sometimes. You've been in battles with Pluto, Italy being the perfect example of that. You made a Ricardo type of move, type of overtake in Italy. I know you talked to me about that after the race. I know you were happy about that. You're like, did you see that? Did you see that? You know,
Yeah.
you were happy about that. How would you describe that overtake this season? Probably being your best one. And just in general, the driver you probably had the best battle with, who would it be?
I don't know really. Who could it be? I
tough,
have
isn't it?
had battled. Yeah, it is. I have had battles with like many people, so it's like hard to remember.
Yeah. How about the best overtake of the season from you, at least from you, this season with you and Pluto at Italy, getting by at second chicane?
Yeah, Pluro, he overtook me on the inside, I think, and then I overtook him again. I don't remember, but he was like saying to me after the race like I should race like more carefully and waited so we could have gained more time on the cars in front, which I agree about.
One final question before I let you go, of course. The podium in Austria, though, I talked to you earlier this season about that. You know, you were contending in the wet conditions. You've shown you've been a contender. That race,
Yeah.
you're up front. You're battling Riles, one of the guys who are up front in Tier 2. Do you expect to be up there more often? And what did you think of your podium earlier this season at Austria?
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty. Where do you expect yourself to be in GSR next season? Tier 2, Tier 3? Where do you expect yourself? Maybe even Tier 1, who knows? Where do you expect yourself?
I expect me like in the middle if I'm in Tier 2, or like higher. Because which drivers are going to Tier 1 next season?
I'm not totally sure. Don't quote me on this, but I know Pluto might go up. I know Hamilton might go up. I think I was mentioned about that before. I know they might go up. I know they're gonna be guys who are at least probably gonna go up to tier 1 for sure. So you know, you'll be closer to the front of tier 2, depending
I
on
might
the
want to.
recruitment of GSR. Because I know, yeah, you might as well beat Nick. I mean, who knows? But depending on all the recruitment, who knows who could be at the top of tier 2 or even going into tier 1 or what goes on.
Okay. So if I stay in tier 2, I think I can win some races next season. Yeah, and be like higher up instead of the midfield and challenging for podium
Yeah.
stuff. Which I'm looking forward to it next season.
Yeah, we'll have to find out how that goes.
Yep.
Congratulations on your season. I don't know where you got in the championship, but I can check that if you want me to. It's
I
in the
got- I think I
the
got-
chat.
P17, I think.
P17. Okay, yeah, it's been a struggle for you, but regardless,
Yeah.
the podium in Austria definitely helped part of that. You know, I mean, you guys have been in the midfield. You guys have been going back and forth. It's been back and forth with you guys, so it's been an interesting battle.
Yeah.
Speaking of the top of that midfield, probably the bottom of the top of the field, Utah Elephant. I know you're here still. Good audio. How's it going?
It is. Alright.
Not the best of races, but you end off the season, I believe, near Squid, and you guys did decent in the Red Bull team for the constructors. I believe you guys got 3rd or 4th around there. You won a
I
race
think
earlier this
second.
season, back in Britain. Second, okay,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. But still, you guys won a race this season. What do you guys think about that? I mean, both of you did.
Well, we kind of bottled like a 50-point lead. That's kind of nice. We both started well, and then after new people started to join, we started to fade off a bit. But
Yeah.
we had good battles with people.
Now, like you said, you kind of fell off, and you DNF'd to Baku, probably one of your races that you thought the championship was over. And I mean, like you said, you had that lead. You were contending up there. I mean, the battle with me, you, and Britain, I guess, for that penalty spot. You know, what mattered for the race? When the gap that mattered. I guess that was fun, at least for you, but not as much for me. But regardless, how does it feel, at least with a positive this season, saying, oh, I won a race this season in GSR. Oh, I've been a contender for podiums. Oh, I've been up there. How does it feel having that said about you?
Feels good. I'm not really in many leagues where I'm near the front. I like to have like a challenge and be in leagues where I'm like lower down and go against like fast people. But to be in a league like this is kind of good for me to like actually know I can have the pace and like contend near the front.
Yourself and Squid, you guys had the great battle of Baku this season. Do you consider that your best battle this season?
Yeah, probably has to be. And also Abu Dhabi, I had troubles with the game. That was a fun battle.
Either way, though, how do you look at your season? Because you've been back and forth, up and down, but, you know, I mean, you could say at least you were in championship contention compared to some people here who probably can't say that.
Wouldn't say it was a great season apart from near the start. I was second at one point, but I only had one podium that was a win. And then I think after that, my best result was P5. If you look at that, it wasn't great.
Alrighty, is there anything that you want to say about yourself this season that you could look at as a positive, or is there what tier do you think you'd be placed in for GSR next season then, actually? I want to ask that.
Probably tier 2. But I don't think anyone knows which tier they're definitely going to be in until they get the game and start playing on it.
Right. Right. Yeah, we don't know. I mean, we could see, you know, Mr. Boker in tier 1 go slower. You know, who knows? We could see Riles go faster. We could see Pluto go slower. Just examples. We could see, guys like Evil Matrix or Thrasher in tier 3. We could see them go up to tier 2 pace. Who knows? It's all a big question of what could happen. So yeah, a lot to say right there. I'm gonna invite one more driver here that I want to talk about this and make sure you want to get him in here because I think he probably deserves more of a shout out for his pace. Just find him here. There it is. I want to talk to him about his season. other Mercedes driver with Hamilton. I know I didn't get really to talk to Hamilton. I was gonna, but I didn't really get to talk to him with the mic broke of his. But trying to get GSR Callum, talk to him at least. I want to see if he at least has a chance to be interviewed here. Let me see. Let me try to get him here, of course. All right, where is he? I'm gonna try to find him. I'm gonna see if he wants an interview. I can't find his name. But yeah, interesting season though. 7 different winners in 7 races, or not 7 races. 7 different winners in the 12 races we had. At least half the season we were always having a different winner every 2 races. At least that's what it seemed like. So that's pretty decent to say, at least. So yeah, you gotta be happy about that, I guess. I'm just trying to find GSR Callum here. I actually want to give an interview to Smoking Jerk Callum Join. Where is he? Alright. There it is. Oh, he's seen 20 minutes ago. He just got off. Damn, that sucks. If you want to interview one more driver, though, I want to try to get someone else from Tier 2 this season. How about we try Tanky? You know, the strategy he tried at Britain was pretty interesting, so let's try to get him. One more I want to get. I want to get him. Yeah, just try to get Tanky well. Get a review. Last year I'm gonna get. Hey, great season this was in GSR Tier 2. We have Tier 3 and Tier 1 tomorrow, just to remind everyone. Don't miss that action. You know, if you're still tuning in, make sure you're following the channel because, you know, you might miss the race tomorrow if you don't follow the channel because you'll have notifications and stuff on. You'll have all that. But you don't want to miss it for sure because Tier 3, you know, we can see. Oh, rip. Callum doesn't want to do an interview. But no, I'm just thinking because Tier 3, you know, we could see an interesting race there because then we could see our 11th different winner, or no, 10th different winner in 11 races, I think, something like that, 10th or 11th, whatever it is. We could see many different winners from the season of Tier 3. Tier 3's been an interesting thing. You know, I think about the time to wrap it up almost. You know, we don't know what the future holds for commentary for GSR. Myself, I don't know if I'll be racing next season. I don't know if I'll be commentating next season. We don't know. We'll have to find out what goes on. You'll have to find out in the off season. I mean, there still is the mini season for GSR during the off season that you might want to tune into. I don't know who will be commentating that. I don't plan on commentating that, but as of right now, this is my last planned Tier 2 commentary for now. So I don't really have any plans to commentate as much for GSR next season. I do plan on commentating something, of course, but I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I don't know if I'll be commentating. I don't know if I'll be racing. I don't know what will be going on. It's all going to be decided in the off-season. It's all going to be mentioned. So right now, I just will call this my last planned Tier 2 commentary race, I guess. I mean, last time I'll be commentating for now. Might be the last time you see me commentate.
You're a GOAT
Might be the last time you
commentator.
see me. I mean, yeah.
Agree.
I mean, I try to provide what I can for the viewers. I try to, you know, get that enthusiasm that some people don't have. I try to get, you know, the aggression of, oh, look, he goes beatnik or something like that. You know, whatever. I try to get the aggression of, you know, the commentary. But regardless, still, I try to provide the best commentary for GSR. You know, and you know, it's tough sometimes when you're coming off a hard day sometimes, or just, you know, oh, no, yeah, I just commentated another league race. I'm not doing so good because of this. You know, it's just, it comes off of stuff that happens earlier, so you kind of have to do it. You kind of have to keep continuing to do commentary. And, you know, I feel like the Tier 2 championship battle has been better than the previous tiers. But I gotta say, at least this went down to the wire. I'm happy about that for sure, because this is the only time it went down to the wire. And I think this might be the closest gap in the championship in GSR yet. I think it was today. If Hamilton gets that 3rd place back, it would be 13, 14 points. So that's the closest closest gap we've had yet in the championship. So that's a good positive sign. It's all gonna be decided though on if he gets that 5-second appeal. But I'm glad to talk to you guys. I'm glad to do interviews. Tier 3, Tier 1, it ain't over. You know, I'm gonna say that right now. You know, it won't be the it won't be the last race I commentate for sure, GSR. If it is, don't know. We'll have to find out, because this is probably my last planned time. I don't know. We'll have to find out what the future holds and all of that. I mean, we don't know what could happen. So, either way, congratulations to our championship winner, GSR Pluto. Racing Point Constructors winners as well. Congratulations to them. And I gotta say, holy cow. Holy cow. What a season this has been. And the amount of winners, 7 winners. The big 3 we had with Bobby the Human, Pluto, and Hamilton. The back and forth, the gap difference between everyone. We saw it all. And now, make sure you guys tune into Tier 3, Tier 1 tomorrow, which have already had their championships won. Really exhibition races for them, but really we can make history again with every 1.1 race, I want to say, in Tier 3 it would be a different winner. So on average that'd be amazing. We've never had that in GSR. So the statistics keep coming, everything keeps coming, and that's just the way it goes. I'm about to lose my voice because of how dry my mouth is getting, so I gotta probably end the stream pretty soon here. But anyways, congratulations to the guys we interviewed, congratulations to everyone on their season. So regardless, tune in for Tier 1 and Tier 3 tomorrow. We'll have to see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the championship battle. You got to see what all went on here today in Bahrain. You have to see tomorrow for Tier 3 and Tier 1. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you all enjoyed, and you guys have a good night.